Kinshasa is not just the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It is one of the biggest urban stories on Earth. By 2026, its population is estimated at around 18.5 million people, placing it among the world's most populous city propers and making it one of Africa's largest metropolitan areas. It is a city of government ministries, packed markets, expanding neighborhoods, music studios, construction sites, river ports, banks, universities, and informal street economies. It is also a city growing so quickly that maps, infrastructure, and public services often struggle to keep up. To understand Kinshasa, you have to see it as both a national capital and a megacity in motion, a place where politics, language, culture, and geography all collide along one of the world's great rivers. Kinshasa sits on the southern bank of the Congo River, along a broad widening of the river known as Pool Malibo. This location has shaped almost everything about the city. The Congo River is not simply scenery, it is a transport route, a boundary, a source of livelihood, and a symbol of national identity. The city stretches across flat, low-lying terrain, averaging roughly 300 meters above sea level, and covers a vast administrative area of nearly 10,000 square kilometers. But here is the surprising part, most of that provincial territory is still rural. The dense urban core is concentrated mainly in the western portion, while huge areas remain less built up. This means Kinshasa is not only a crowded city, it is also a province-sized capital with sharp contrasts between urban sprawl and rural land. Across the Congo River from Kinshasa is Brazzaville, the capital of the Republic of the Congo. Together, they form one of the most unusual capital pairings in the world, two national capitals facing each other across the same river. In places, the distance between them is only about 4 kilometers, yet there is no bridge directly linking the two cities. This makes the relationship between Kinshasa and Brazzaville both close and separated at the same time. From Kinshasa, another country is visible across the water, but crossing involves ferries, formal border procedures, and the realities of international politics. The two capitals share geography, regional history, and cultural ties, but they belong to different states with different institutions. Their proximity makes Kinshasa's location feel even more strategic. Long before it became a modern capital, the site of Kinshasa was inhabited by Tek and Humbu communities. The area was known as Kinshasa, and its position near the river made it important for trade and local exchange. In the late 19th century, European colonial expansion transformed this river settlement into something very different. Henry Morton Stanley, working in the era of Belgian imperial ambitions, named the growing station Leopoldville in honor of King Leopold II of Belgium. That name connected the city to one of the most brutal colonial projects in African history. The story of Kinshasa therefore begins before colonial rule, but its urban development was deeply shaped by colonial power, extraction, and the use of the Congo River as a commercial artery. The name Kinshasa returned in 1966, during the Zairianization campaign of Mobutu Sese Seko. This policy sought to replace many colonial names with African ones, as part of a broader effort to reshape national identity after independence. Leopoldville became Kinshasa, a tribute to the earlier village of Kinshasa. The name change was more than cosmetic. It reflected a struggle over memory, who gets to name a place, whose history matters, and how a new nation distances itself from colonial symbols. Of course, renaming a city does not erase the difficult structures inherited from colonial rule. But it does show how Kinshasa became a stage for national reinvention, where identity, politics, and symbolism were written directly onto the map. Today, Kinshasa is the leading political center of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The city houses many of the country's most important institutions, including the Palace of the Nation, the People's Palace, the Constitutional Court, the Court of Cassation, the Council of State, Government House, and major national departments. These buildings make Kinshasa the place where national decisions are debated, announced, challenged, and enforced. In a country as large and complex as the DRC, the capital has enormous symbolic weight. It is where state authority becomes visible, even if the reach of that authority varies across the country. Kinshasa is not simply where government offices are located, it is where the idea of the Congolese state is performed in public. Kinshasa is also an economic engine. Its industries include manufacturing, telecommunications, banking, entertainment, retail, and a massive informal economy that keeps daily life moving. In a city of this size, economic activity happens at many levels at once. There are financial institutions and national headquarters, but also street vendors, transport operators, repair workers, market traders, and small workshops. This mixture is typical of rapidly growing megacities, where formal infrastructure often cannot expand as quickly as the population. The result is a city of improvisation and energy. Kinshasa's economy is not only measured in office towers or industrial output, it is also measured in the constant movement of people, goods, phones, music, money, and services across neighborhoods. Administratively, Kinshasa is unusual because it is both a city and one of the 26 provinces of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It is divided into 24 communes, which are further divided into hundreds of neighborhoods. This structure matters because a megacity cannot be understood as one uniform place. Communes may differ sharply in density, income, infrastructure, transport access, and public services. Some areas are closely tied to national institutions and commerce, while others face the pressures of rapid expansion, housing shortages, and limited urban planning. The fact that more than 90% of the province's land remains rural adds another layer. Kinshasa is not just an urban core, it is an administrative region where city and countryside coexist under one capital province. Language is one of the keys to understanding Kinshasa. It is often described as the largest nominally francophone urban area in the world. French is the language of government, education, media, public services, and high-end commerce. It connects Kinshasa to state institutions and to the wider francophone world. But on the street, Lingala is the great everyday connector. It is used as a lingua franca across markets, music, transport, neighborhoods, and popular culture. This creates a layered linguistic life. French may dominate official spaces, while Lingala carries the rhythm of daily urban interaction. The people of the city are popularly called Kinois, and the term captures more than residents. It suggests a distinct urban identity shaped by speech, humor, music, and survival. Kinshasa's cultural influence is enormous, especially through music. In 2015, UNESCO designated Kinshasa as a city of music, recognizing its role in creative life and its membership in the Creative Cities Network. Congolese music has traveled far beyond the DRC, and Kinshasa has long been one of its most important centers. The city's music scene is not separate from its social life, it is part of weddings, politics, nightlife, radio, dance, and street identity. Music in Kinshasa can be entertainment, business, protest, memory, and status all at once. In a city facing rapid growth and real hardship, culture is not a luxury. It is one of the ways people define belonging and make the city legible to itself. The city is home to major educational, cultural, and transport institutions. The National Museum of the Democratic Republic of the Congo is one of the country's central cultural institutions, preserving and presenting national heritage. The National Pedagogical University has an important place in teacher education, while the College of Advanced Studies in Strategy and Defense represents the country's highest military institution. Njili International Airport, the largest airport in the DRC, connects Kinshasa to domestic and international routes. These institutions show how the capital functions as a national gateway. People arrive for study, government work, cultural events, military training, commerce, and travel. Kinshasa concentrates opportunities, which is one reason the city continues to attract new residents despite the pressures of urban life. Rapid growth brings serious challenges. A city approaching 20 million people needs roads, housing, schools, clinics, water systems, electricity, waste management, and jobs at a scale that is difficult for any government to deliver. Kinshasa's expansion has produced dense neighborhoods and long commutes, while infrastructure often lags behind population growth. The city has also been ranked among Africa's most expensive cities for expatriate employees, a reminder that cost of living can vary dramatically depending on who is being measured and what lifestyle is being considered. For many residents, the central challenge is not luxury pricing but everyday affordability. Kinshasa's future will depend on how it manages growth, whether it can turn demographic energy into better services, stronger transport, and broader opportunity. Kinshasa is a city of contrasts: rural land and megacity density, official French and street Lingala, colonial memory and post-colonial identity, national institutions and informal economies, river connection and river separation. It is one of Africa's most important capitals because it sits at the center of a vast country and a fast-changing urban future. Its story is not only about size, although the numbers are staggering. It is about how a river settlement became a colonial station, then a national capital, then a cultural powerhouse, and now a megacity watched by urban planners, historians, economists, and musicians alike. To understand Kinshasa is to understand a city still being made every day by millions of Kanois. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.